Now, we will going to take up the problems on mechanics of materials. Here, we are continuing with that. Problem number 11. The problem reads as, the following data pertains to a tension test conducted in laboratory. So, the diameter of specimen is 25 mm. Gauge length of specimen is 200 mm. Extension under a load of 20 kilonewton is 0.04 mm. Load at yield point is 150 kilonewton. Maximum load 225 kilonewton. Breaking load or load at failure 120 kilonewton. Length of specimen after failure equals 275 mm. And neck diameter is 18.25 mm. So determine Young's modulus. Number 2, yield stress. 3, ultimate stress. Fourth one is breaking stress. Fifth one is again the breaking stress. Sixth one is percentage elongation. Seventh one is percentage reduction in area. Eighth one is safe stress adopting a factor of safety of 2.5. Now, first one is we need to find out the Young's modulus. To find out the Young's modulus, calculate the value of stress and strain with proportionality limit. Why this? Because so always the Young's modulus, according to Hooke's law, the stress is directly proportional to the strain within the elastic limit. So that is the reason why we need to calculate the stress and strain within the proportionality limit. So here in the problem he says, so the proportional extension under load of 20 kilonewton, so that is the proportionality limit where it will going to takes place with 0.04. So for the load of 20 kilonewton, extension is given and the load is within the proportionality limit. So consider this load. So what is the requirement? What is the definition of stress? Stress is sigma is equal to load by area of cross section, where the load is 20 kilonewton. So 20 into 10 to the power of 3, by substituting that, divided by area of cross section. Here the diameter of the specimen is given to be 25. So naturally pi by 4, pi d square by 4, that is pi by 4 into 25 square. On simplification, you will going to get it as 40.744 Newton per mm square. So then what is the strain? Strain is change in length by the original length, that is nothing but delta L by L. So what is the delta L? The delta L is given as here extension under a load of 20 kilonewton. So we found out the stress. What is the stress at 20 kilonewton? So now we need to take the corresponding strain. Extension is the change in length, which is equal to 0.04 mm over the gauge length. So what is the gauge length? The gauge length of the specimen is 200. So delta L by L is equal to 0.04 by 200. So on simplification, or 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4, where you have unitless there. So what is Young's modulus? So Young's modulus is E sigma by epsilon. So we have 40.744 divided by 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4. On simplification, you will going to get it as 203.720 Newton per mm square. So if you want to express this in terms of kilonewton, which will be 203.72 into 10 to the power of 3 kilonewton per, into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per mm square. If you want to express in kilonewton, it will be 203.72 kilonewton per mm square. Now the next condition what we need to find out is the yield stress. So load at yield point divided by the original cross-sectional area. So yield stress is load at yield point divided by the original cross-sectional area of the bar. So the load at yield point is given to be 150 kilonewton divided by pi by 4 into 25 square. So on simplification, you will going to get it as 305.6 Newton per mm square. The third one is the ultimate stress. Ultimate stress is the maximum load divided by the original cross-sectional area of the specimen. So again, maximum load what he has given is 225 kilonewton over original cross-sectional area. The diameter is 25. So here 225 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by original cross-sectional area is the diameter is 25. Therefore, pi d square by 4, which will be equal to pi by 4 into 25 square. On simplification, you will going to get it as 458.4 Newton per mm square. Next, we have breaking stress. So what is the breaking stress? Breaking load or loaded failure divided by the original cross-sectional area of the specimen. So what is the breaking stress? So breaking load or the loaded failure is 120 kilonewton divided by the original cross-sectional area of the specimen is pi by 4 into 25 square. So here 120 into 10 to the power of square 10 to the power of 3 divided by pi by 4 into 25 square will be equal to 244.5 Newton per mm square. The next one is true breaking stress. So true breaking stress is the actual cross-sectional area of the specimen what we need to take here, which is because that is the true value what you will going to get. So breaking load or the loaded failure divided by the actual cross-sectional area of the specimen or the actual cross-sectional area of bar at failure. So here when you are considering this, here he says the neck diameter is 18.25. That is after the breaking point at that particular load, the breaking load or the loaded failure divided by the actual cross-sectional area of the specimen. So here since the diameter is given as 18.25, so that will be equal to 120 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by pi by 4 into 18.25 square, which will be equal to 458.74 Newton per mm square. Next, we have percentage elongation. Percentage elongation is equal to total increase in length divided by the original length into 100. So what is the total increase in length? So when you come across this, here the length of the specimen after failure is 275 by the gauge length. The gauge length of the specimen is 200. So it is the final length minus the original length divided by the final length into 100. So that is the percentage elongation. So since it is the percentage, total increase in length by the original length into 100. So that will be equal to what is the total increase in length? Final length minus the original length divided by the original length into 100. So what is the final length? 275 minus the gauge length is 200 divided by 200 into 100. So on simplification, you will going to get it as 37.5%. So then we have the percentage reduction in area. What is the percentage reduction in area? It is the original cross-sectional area minus the final cross-sectional area divided by the original cross-sectional area into 100. So what is the original cross-sectional area? You have the first diameter as 25 and the neck diameter is 18.25. Therefore, pi by 4 into 25 square minus pi by 4 into 18.25 square. The entire thing is divided by the original cross-sectional area, which is pi by 4 into 25 square into 100. So on simplification, you will going to get it as 46.7 square, percent, 46.7%. Then we have the safe stress. What is the safe stress? It is the ratio of yield stress by factor of safety. Safe yield stress is given to be 305.6. That is what we got from the value divided by the factor of safety is 2.5. So you're going to get it as safe stress. On simplification, you will going to get it as 122.24 Newton per mm square. So this is how you will be able to calculate the value. Calculated the solve the problem. So we are going to go take up the next one more problem. The tensile test was conducted. The problem number 12. The tensile test was conducted on a mild steel bar. The following data was obtained from the test. The diameter of the steel bar is 16 mm. Gauge length of the bar is 80 mm. Loaded proportionality limit is 72 kilonewton. Extension at a load of 60 kilonewton is 0.115 mm. Loaded failure is 80 kilonewton. Final gauge length of bar is 104 mm. Diameter of the rod at failure equals 12 mm. Determine 1. Young's modulus, 2. Proportionality limit, number 3. True breaking stress, and number 4. Percentage elongation. This problem has been asked several times in January of 2007 and 2006, June, July 2013, and December 2014, and January 2015. So that means he has asked 3 times the same problem. Now, so since we want to find out what is the Young's modulus, so the Young's modulus calculate the value of stress and strain within the proportionality limit. The loaded proportionality limit is given, but the extension corresponding to this load is not given. Since for the load of 60 kilonewton, which is within the proportional limit, the extension is given, consider this load. So here he has given loaded proportional limit is given, but extension is not given at that particular point. But he has given the extension at a load of 60 kilonewton is 0.115. So this is the load at the proportional limit which I need to consider, because once we need to find out the proportional limit, the extension within that particular limit, for that we have got the strain and we know the stress. Therefore, we can be easily able to find out the Young's modulus. So to do that, stress will be equal to sigma, which is P by A. So loaded proportionality limit is 60 into 10 to the power of 3. That is the loaded extension at a load of 60 kilonewton, 60 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by pi by 4 into 16 square, because the diameter of the steel bar is 16 mm. So pi by 60 into 10 to the power of 5 by pi by 4 into 16 square. So since is the diameter, the area of cross section of the circle will be pi by 4 into d square. So on simplification, you will going to get it as 298.4155 Newton per mm square. So what is the strain you will going to get out of that? The strain will be equal to extension divided change in length by the original length. So what is the extension at a load of 60 kilonewton? It is 0.115 divided by the gauge length of the bar is 80 mm. So 0.115 divided by 80, you will going to get on simplification 1.4375 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Since it is a strain, you don't have unit. Next, the Young's modulus is given by E, which is equal to sigma by epsilon. So substitute the value of sigma and epsilon here, which is 298.4155 divided by 1.4375 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So on simplification, you will going to get the Young's modulus E as 207,593.4 Newton per mm square. So then we want to go for the proportionality limit, the second condition or the second determination. So the proportionality limit will be equal to loaded proportionality limit divided by the original cross-sectional area of the bar. So what is the loaded proportionality limit is 72 kilonewton divided by the original cross-sectional of the steel bar is pi by 4 into 16 square. So you will going to get on the simplification, you will going to get it as 358.1 Newton per mm square. Next, to determine the true breaking stress. So the true breaking stress is given by the load at failure divided by the actual cross-sectional area of the bar at failure. So what is the load at failure? If it is 80 kilonewton, that is 80 into 10 to the power of 3 divided by diameter of the rod at failure is 12 mm. So pi by 4 into 12 square. So once you on simplification, you will going to get it as 707.3553 Newton per mm square. Then we have the point number 4, percentage elongation. What is the percentage elongation? That is total increase in length by the original length. So what is the total increase in length? Final gauge length minus the gauge length of the bar divided by the final gauge length of the bar. So here, original length of the bar. So percentage elongation will be equal to final length minus original length divided by the original length of the bar into 100. So that is 104 minus 80 by 80 into 100. You will going to get it as 30%. So this is how you will be able to solve this problem by using this relationship. Thank you.